Hi, everybody. Happy to be with you. I'm not sure if anybody's introducing me, so I'll just get my party started. My name's Caterina. Let's take a deep breath. My first business was I owned a cafe and catering business. And I loved having a cafe. I loved welcoming everyone in the neighborhood, getting to know people. I loved making cappuccino. I loved having tables outside with tons of people eating lunch. But I wasn't sure what my vision was for my life. I knew I didn't want to make sandwiches for a living. I knew I didn't want to wear tomato sauce every day. I started to try to figure out what's my thing. Well, then one day, this lady comes in my cafe and she says to me, Caterina, thank you so much for the business advice you gave me the last time I was here. Now, the truth is that her gratitude. Oh, I think I'm going to pause because it looks like Melinda's coming in. Melinda, are you going to say something?
Yes, Caterina, how are you?
I'm good.
So, yes, welcome to the WYN conferences stage. So, I think you have started your session. So, before you start your session, so we do have a 2 minutes of AV for you. So, after that, you can start your session, okay?
Okay, so we're not live yet?
Yeah, you can be in the live. So, okay. So,
Okay,
just
so
be
so do you want me to start from the beginning?
okay, no, okay, no problem. You can continue. So, just want to give a brief description about you, so for the all the audience. So, okay. So I'll just play a video. Okay, it's a brief discussion about you. Okay, just 2 minutes. Thank you.
She also the host of the Expand Your Pipeline podcast and author of the ABCs of Public Speaking, which was an instant Kindle bestseller. Caterina hosts Expand Your Empire Summit, the Shadow Speakers Summit, and Bliss Retreat for Women Leaders on a Mission. Caterina is also the founder of the Thriving Women in Business Center in San Francisco, a place for women to gather and host workshops. Plus, she also started the Thriving Women in Business Giving Circle. This is a group of big-hearted entrepreneurs who raise money for women and girls' education and entrepreneurship training around the world. Find out more about Caterina at www.caterinarando.com. This is the introduction of Caterina Rando. Thank you.
Yes, Katerina. Now you can start your session. Thank you.
Okay, thank
Okay,
you.
let's go.
Okay, my friends, we're gonna start again. I'm gonna turn my volumes all the way up. Okay, let's take a deep breath. Like many of you, I've had a long career. I've been doing my thing for almost 30 years. Can you believe it? In this business. Now,
Before that, though, I had a great cafe on the corner in my neighborhood in San Francisco. It's called Angelina's. It's still there. Best food you ever met for your next trip to San Francisco. And I really loved having a business. I loved having a cafe. I loved getting to know everyone, but I knew it wasn't my mission in life. I knew I didn't want to make salads and wear an apron every day. So one day this lady comes in my cafe and she looks at me and she's looking beautiful and radiant and she says, "Caterina, thank you so much for the business advice you gave me the last time I was here." And her gratitude literally touched my heart. I felt a pang of bliss right here in the middle of my chest. And I thought to myself, wow, this is what I want to do. I want to help women be more successful in their businesses. Now, here's the truth. Even though I was in the cafe business, I had a coach. My coach actually was Laura Whitworth. She was the founder, one of the founders of the Coaches Training Institute, which is one of the first organizations to certify coaches. And she said to me, "Caterina, you would make a great coach." Now, my friends, I know that you meet me today and I know how to put two words together. And you might think, yeah, that might be true. And I think it's true. But you know what? 30 years ago, I was a shy, insecure, not very loud and proud woman. And my coach did something for me that I want to make sure that you're doing for your clients, for the people you love in your life, for your children, for people you connect with and serve in whatever capacity. She held a bigger vision for me than I held for myself. Now, I share that with you because you know what we're going to talk about today, my friends? We're going to talk about how to not just wear your heart on your sleeve in your business. I want to talk to you about how to wear your heart all over your business and how to wear your heart all over your life. Because you know what? Your business, your work is supposed to be your bliss. And if it's not your bliss, then you're not doing it right. Now, you might say, well, Caterina, work is work and the rest of my life is where I get my bliss. No, my friend, you get to bliss all over your life. And here's what I know about you. Even though I can't see most of you, even though I don't know most of you, here's what I know. You picked your career or started your business because you wanted to be of service, because you wanted to use your talents to make a contribution to the lives of others. Now, I make that assumption because in doing my thing for so many years, all the thousands and thousands of women that I've met, that's what they talk about. They talk about, I want to make a difference. I want to help. I want to uplift people through my work. And that's what I want you to do. But you know what? I want you to enjoy it more. And here's what I'm saying. Some of you, and I know we have people from all over, which is so exciting. By the way, this is in Croatia. I'm going to be in Croatia on September 16th. I am going to be, where am I going to be? I am going to be in Split, Croatia. So if any of you are in Croatia and you would like to have a cappuccino with me, do they serve cappuccino in Croatia? I will be there on September 16th and would love to have a coffee with you. If you're in Split, that's the only place I'll be. Here's what I want you to know. Many of you were raised in a household or started your career in a corporate environment or an organization or an institutional environment that told you to check your emotions at the door. That it's not okay to cry in the workplace. It's not okay to care too much. It's not okay to get personally involved with your clients. And here's what I want to tell you. You want to bring your whole heart to work, to your business every day. Now, of course, I still want you to be professional and I still want you to operate with integrity. But I want you to ask yourself this question right now. Have you turned down your heart because you thought it was more professional? And guess what? Especially if you have your own business, you get to do it any way you want. And right now, I am going to give you a 2-minute masterclass on my favorite heart skill. Do you think I can do it? Here it is. First, let's talk about what are heart skills. Heart skills are all of those things that communicate kindness and compassion and caring, like being a good listener, like being empathetic, things like holding space for people to share, being non-judgmental, being encouraging, being gracious, acts of kindness, not random acts, intentional acts. In fact, I want you to infuse kindness and love as standard operating procedure in your business. In fact, let me remind you of the love languages. Now, according to the fabulous book, The 5 Love Languages, there's 5, and I'm going to remind you of them. Quality time, acts of service, physical touch, words of appreciation and acknowledgement. And let's not forget gifts. You know what, though? I think chocolate might be another love language. What do you think? Here's what I want you to know. You want to speak all 5 of these love languages in your business and in your life. I want you to be a polyglot. You know, a polyglot is somebody that speaks a lot of languages. Well, I want you to be a polyglot in the love languages because, very important to know, not everybody has the same love language. And you might love words of appreciation and acknowledgement. That's my favorite love language. Other people might really appreciate quality time. You want to do it all. Here's what I want to tell you, though. Whatever your language, whatever the way people like to feel loved and appreciated, here's the one I want you to amplify right away. I want you to amplify your acknowledgement. I want you to become a master at acknowledgement. Because you know what? Acknowledgement costs you nothing. It can gain you everything. In fact, many years ago, I shouldn't say that with so much emphasis. Many years ago, I used to teach foster parents skills like communication skills and goal setting skills and and other skills to support them. Not parenting skills, because I don't have any children. I was a terrible babysitter. I didn't like babysitting. I got no parenting skills whatsoever. Well, one day I'm teaching a class on emotional intelligence, and this lady comes to me and she says, Caterina, I don't know what to do. I've got this teenager in my home, and we've been fostering for many years, but but we're not connecting, and my husband's starting to stress out because we're not connecting, and my house is not happy. Now she looks at me with so much distress that I couldn't say to her, sweetheart, I got no idea what to do. I couldn't say that. I had to give her something. So I said to her, every day, find one thing to acknowledge this teenager for. And every day, find one thing to acknowledge your husband for. And I said to her, report back to me next week. She goes away and she's happy. And she calls me next week, the following week. And she says, Caterina, she says, you know what? One day I couldn't think of anything. And I said, thank you for coming down to dinner, because there was nothing. I didn't see nothing good. But you know what happened? Everything started to change. We started to connect more. And now we're doing really good just after a few days. Now, I want to share with you that the more you up your acknowledgement in your relationships, the more the people in your life, personally and professionally, will feel seen, heard, and valued. But here's the thing. Not all acknowledgement is equal. I'm going to give you right now, I told you, 2-minute masterclass. We're doing it right now. I'm going to give you the 3 different levels of acknowledgement. And let's see if you're a master at acknowledgement. And if not, excuse me, how you're going to get there. Ready? Okay. The first thing, my friend Alexis, she invited me to speak at this event. She connected me because she spoke at a recent event in New York. And she said to me, Caterina, let me introduce you. So I could say to my friend Alexis, thank you so much for connecting me with WYN. That's an acknowledgement, right? I just thanked her for what she did. Okay, pretty basic. Or I could say, Alexis, thank you so much for your enthusiastic introduction to the folks at WYN. Now, right there, I didn't just acknowledge her for what she did, I acknowledged her for how she did it. Enthusiastically, quickly, swiftly, intelligently. Pay attention, not just for what somebody does, but how they're being while they're doing it. Now, that's better, right? I'm sure you agree. And thank you, whoever gave me a heart earlier. I love hearts. More hearts are welcome. Here's the pièce de résistance. Thank you, my friends. Thank you. Here's the pièce de résistance of acknowledgement, okay? Not just for what somebody's done, not just for how they're being, but let me say this to you. If I said to my friend Alexis, thank you so much for your enthusiastic introduction to WYN. You warm my heart with your confidence in me. Bing, bing, bing. What I just did is I acknowledged my friend for how what she did and how she was being impacted me. Are you sharing with people not just what they're doing, not just how they're being while they're doing it, but for how it's impacting you? Now, I'm going to suggest and request, and guess what? If this is you, you can give me a heart. Will you take my acknowledgement challenge? I know you don't even know what it is yet, but I'm telling you, I know you're all super smart. I know you're all high achieving and you can do it with ease. So if you're up for taking my acknowledgement challenge, or maybe I should tell you what it is first. Let me tell you what it is first. Here's the acknowledgement challenge. Every day, in every conversation, I want you to practice acknowledging people for what, not just what they did, not just how they're being while they're doing it, but for how it's impacting you. What do you think? Okay, if you're a yes to do this, give me a heart, my friends. Bing, bing, I'm seeing a few. Okay, good. Because here's what I want you to know. When you start to up your acknowledgement, all your relationships, personal and professional, will be uplifted. Because when you let someone know, and not just saying thank you for what they did, but you're also noticing how they're being while they're doing it, and you're letting them know how what they're doing is impacting you, the more they're going to feel seen, heard, valued, appreciated, and that lets them know that they matter. And this will uplift all your relationships. So when I talk about wearing your heart all over your business, yes, that does include using more red heart reactions and emojis in your life. But this acknowledgement piece is where I really want to invite you to shine the spotlight and put your attention. And I also want you to look at how can you infuse more standard operating procedure of love in your business. Now, one of the things that we do in my organization, Thriving Women in Business, we run programs on sales, we run programs on speaking, we run retreats for women. And when we do our larger virtual events, we always infuse philanthropy. Now, when I say always, you know what that means? That means it's standard operating procedure. It is infused in the way we do what we do. We raised 2 weeks ago $7,500 for microloans for women in Zambia to start businesses. That was in 2 days. Now, I'm sharing this with you because I'm wondering what you, as a super smart, super savvy woman on a mission, what you can do when you make it standard operating procedure to uplift the lives of others through your work. Last year, we raised, in last December, $9,000 for girls in Zambia for education and entrepreneurship training. Earlier the same year, we raised $11,000 for girls in India for education and self-esteem. And you know what happens when you use your amazing business to uplift the lives of others? It's not just about the money. It's about your business being a force to uplift others, and that lets them know that they matter. And you know, I talked to you a little bit about my first business. I owned a cafe. Well, before that, I had an internship at a fashion company, at a clothing company. I went to fashion school for a year before I went on to study and get my master's degree in psychology. But here's the thing. When I worked at that fashion company, I didn't get any encouragement. I was a young girl starting my career, and my boss barely talked to me, except to tell me what I didn't do right. And here's what I want you to know. When you embrace this acknowledgement that we've discussed earlier, you will be letting people know that they're doing a good job, that they have value, and I like to tell all my clients every day 1,000 times that they have massive value to bring. I'm inviting you to really put attention on letting other people know they matter through encouragement and acknowledgement. Because when you do that, you will uplift more lives. Up your acknowledgement, make philanthropy standard operating procedure. Wear your heart all over your business. We do gifts every quarter to people that send us referrals. We do 2 client appreciation events a year as standard operating procedure. Now, pre pandemic, I held gatherings and parties at my center. I have a center in San Francisco for women in business. You're all invited the next time you're in San Francisco to come and be at a workshop or even host a workshop. But because of the pandemic, we can't get together live and in person as much. And maybe hopefully you've started to again in your area. But you can do it virtual like we're doing today. You can get together. You know, one of the things we do, we call it a sales blitz, where we get together, we all get together in a Zoom room, we say what we're going to do, we go and do it, like we're going to make calls or invite people to workshops, and we report results at the end and we celebrate. But you know what we do before everybody starts on any of those days? We remind each other that we're awesome and amazing and we have massive value to bring. Now, my friends, I'm going to wrap up and I want to, oh, my friends with the hearts, you're so good to me. I want to let you know that I put my website in the chat, which is CaterinaRando.com. And if you go to my freebies page, there's tons of free video, free checklist, all kinds of things, way more than I have time to share with you about today. But please go there. I have my Expand Your Fempire podcast. We have recorded over 100 episodes. Please listen to it. You will get so much value. And episode 84 or 86, I believe, is all about wearing your heart all over your business. And I do a free workshop, live, virtual, every month. There's one the 31st of this month on achieving sales bliss. And there's another one next month, October 4th, on the same topic. I just put the link in the chat. And you know what? I'm going to put a few more links in the chat. And I am here to support you. I am here to remind you that you have massive value to bring. I am here to remind you that I want to encourage you to find all the different ways that you can wear your heart all over your business and tell me about them, because you, my friend, have massive value to bring. You are a force for good. Look at how you can amplify your heart all over your business. And you know what will happen? You will bliss more in your business, and you will watch those around you bliss more in their business and their life. Love to you. Call on me anytime for any reason. Don't forget the acknowledgement challenge that you've already agreed to, and I cannot wait to hear about it. Connect with me on Facebook, LinkedIn, Clubhouse, and go bring your big heart to your business and to the world. Thank you, my friends. Bing, bing, bing. Thank you for the hearts. Yay.
Wow, Caterina, really, you are amazing, and this was a really awesome presentation. Thank you so much. So you do have a question. I think you have already shared all the information about where can we get the books. So, Caterina, where can I get more information on acknowledgement ideas? Do you have a book website?
I
I may
have,
have missed. Yes. Yeah, go
I
ahead.
would say go to the podcast, episode 84 of the podcast, which is Wear Your Heart All Over Your Business. I talk about acknowledgement in some of the other podcast episodes as well. We teach about it, but in terms of free, go to the podcast and also take a look at our freebie page. There's a lot of great resources there as well. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Melinda.
Thank you so much, Caterina. So your speech is so powerful today. Thank you so much. Such an awesome presentation. And Thank you for being on this win stage. Have a
Thanks,
great day.
everybody.
Bye bye.
Love to all of you. Thank you.
So, so let's go to another speaker. So now